Here we have more of what I call my extreme builds, right? So this was a blaster where I had parts and pieces, but I didn't have the entire blaster to start with, so I had to do a lot more printing of parts. And also when I do that, sometimes they end up being a little more permanent, right? Some of the changes. So this one, if you watch the build video, I had to make a barrel nut for it, right? Then I had the outer, obviously had the receiver here, painted it out nicely. I showed you in the build video, this had more of a chalky finish. I used a different paint that I like much better on it. However, those paints I'd been using were actually pretty thick paints. And after these coats of paints, things get hard to put together. So it was really very tight fitting in multiple places. And that's not fun. So in the future, I've definitely painted receivers before and it works out all right, but this one had layers because I changed up the color on it and stuff, and it definitely made a big difference. So anyway, we got a V2 gearbox in here, started as an EMERBU, like an M4 or an MK8 gearbox. I upgraded the spring. I'm gonna be honest, you have to look at the video. I don't remember now. This one was giving me some issues when I was putting it together, and I kind of got annoyed with it. So I set it back for a while before I went back to it. So I don't remember exactly where the spring is. We'll see when we do the demo. I'll have a better idea. Went a little, like I said, I went pretty extreme on this. We got what I call the HK416 stock back here. Right, painted it out, put the labels. I used a lot of this knurling pattern throughout on this one. Also put a riser on the top here. It's got a knurling strip on the top. I'll show you in a moment. We've got a cool rail riser here, okay? And again, the knurling's incorporated on this curve. And then we've got your nice hand guard here and a little grip incorporated into the bottom. So let's take a little closer look, right? So the threaded tip comes out there. So this is just actually part of the outer barrel. Stabilizer in there to keep that nice and tight. Got your grip here, and this is all incorporated into the bottom of the handguard. Definitely very solid, okay? Over here, even made the ejection port cover custom. Put a little skull cap here. That's where there's a, if there was an ambidextrous selector, it would go all the way through, but on these blasters, that's just a plug that's there anyway. So I made these panels. There's a hole behind it because in order to put this piece back on, I had to be able to get a screwdriver through there. So then I put the plug in. I think that looks pretty cool with the little skull, right? And again, more of the knurling pattern. That shows you the top of the riser. And then you can see everything out here. Overall, happy with it now that it all is working and it's put together, but definitely gave me some headaches with the electrical for no apparent reason. And then also with just that paint getting thick and things not fitting together great. So not sure what I'm going to call it. Definitely could go with a little different, threaded tip on there if I want. And maybe I will switch that up. I'll probably put an optic on here before I do the demo. And we'll see what we're at for FPS. Comments, questions, post them below. Like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends. And remember to participate in those YouTube contests. Every month I give away over $200 in custom blasters and accessories. Thanks.